we're live. Marc Bode, Better Off Dead, 96.9 Radio Baracho. Welcome to the studio. Marc, how you doing, man?
Excellent, man. It's great to be here in Tamarindo. I love it here. It's beautiful.
You been spending much time on this side of the water?
Yeah, as much as I can. You know, I got to be back in Playa Grande to play almost every night. So.
Yeah, cool. Where are you playing Grande, of course?
Oh, the Grateful Hotel. The Grateful Hotel. They love the Grateful Dead, and I have a band called the Deadheads.
Was that what we were just listening to with your band?
Yep, and we are the first Grateful Dead cover band out of all the ones everywhere that wrote a song about the band we cover. So that song "Better Off Dead" is about, you know, following the dead, and you're better off just being a deadhead.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, some people take it out of context. They just hear "better off." I'm better off dead. That's kind of dark. That's not what it's about.
Yeah, especially if you listen to the Team of Dead. It's not a dark song for sure. So you just said you're a little older than I thought you were. You look like such a young man. You're 47 years old.
Rock and roll keeps you young.
That's it. So did you follow the Dead around?
No. Nope. I was in a band. My first drummer turned me on to the Dead, and I did catch some shows in the early 90s before Jerry Garcia passed away. I caught about 10 shows. I didn't follow them around on tour, you know. Yeah. Ever since high school, I've been a working man, you know, working day jobs and stuff. Busy, you know, paying rent. And
yeah, and just doing the gig circuit since you're 18, you said?
Yeah, up in Massachusetts. Yeah, mostly all around Massachusetts and New England. Haven't really traveled too much, but now just after that band and Catching the Dead, I still wasn't a huge Deadhead myself. I was still a metalhead, punk rocker. I was in a punk rock band for a long time. I did a Green Day tribute band in the mid-2000s, 2005. I was doing Green Day tribute, the American Idiots, with my brother, played drums for me, my brother Scott. And, you know, that it's hard to keep a band together. My first band I kept together over a decade, and then it just kind of fizzled and nothing else was working. And I started playing acoustic in restaurants, you know, after retiring a day job early in my late 30s. And I was playing, you know, all the standards in the restaurants, you know, Sweet Caroline, Brown Eyed Girl, you know. I personally was not entertaining anymore.
Yeah.
I was not entertained being that type of entertainer. And it didn't seem like a lot of places to bring a full band anymore. It was all just acoustic restaurants, and then the breweries started opening up, the craft breweries. And they started having live music.
Yeah, big rooms, big space.
Yeah, I was like,
oh. Do something loud and rock show again.
I had this young kid, just graduated music school, Holyoke Community College, as my drummer, and he goes, "Why don't we play the Grateful Dead? Because, you know, we're playing all these other classic rock songs, but I would mix songs without stopping, and I would improvise guitar solos all the time." He's like, "You're basically already playing what we play the way the Dead play. Let's just do the Dead." And I said, "No." And he's like, "Why?" I said, "There's too many Grateful Dead cover bands." And then they talked me into it. I chose the name the Deadheads, just so when you put it in a paper, Deadheads see that and they show up, rather than taking a line or a title from a song or a lyric. It's still questionable if you're not a Deadhead. So even people that aren't Deadheads will come to see me and they're like, "You know what, never really got into the Dead, but we like to watch your band play. We just have fun." I don't try to learn the song. I don't tell my band players to really learn the song. I mean, you got to know the chord progression.
Yeah.
I don't want them to learn the riffs. And what I tell them is, you know, if I'm giving you emotion and energy and it's a guitar solo time, don't think that it's my guitar solo time. If you want to take it and put in a piano solo or a bass solo, just do it.
Feel it out and go.
If I'm giving you emotion, I said, please give it back to me.
Yeah, so it's very much a jam band for honoring what the Dead were doing.
Yeah, I've had some other people, you know, there's some other Grateful Dead cover bands that are around in the area, and, you know, I've had some of their members sit in with me, and they're like, you know, it's cool, you kind of producing your own versions of these songs. Yeah. You know, I'm not arguing with my band members they didn't play something right. Yeah, and if we always make mistakes, we're human beings. You'll never play a perfect show ever. So, you know, as long as there's awareness, we can talk about it and nobody gets.
The imperfections are what make it a great show.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to a CD or an album, you can just put on an album, listen to it. But you go watch something live, you want to see the humanity of the whole thing, where someone
Exactly.
you see someone stumble, then you see the band pick them up and recover, and you roll with it together, and that's like always been the magic of live music.
Yeah, I love when I notice somebody in the audience noticing that
Yeah,
and noticing like me giving a signal or and then they talk about it after I do meet and greets after the shows and stuff. But the song Better Off Dead came about from my entertainment lawyer, Dave Mack. You met him last night. He was with me. He just went home back to the States today.
Yeah.
And he wrote these lyrics 30 years ago when he followed the Dead. He used to follow them on tour when he was younger.
He was full on Deadhead.
Yeah, he's about 60 now, and we made friends about 8 years ago, even before I started the Deadheads. And then he's like, "Oh my God, I'm a huge Deadhead." He started following me to my shows.
Yeah.
He's always there filming and helping me entertain the guests. And he broke out these lyrics and said, "Let's produce this song. Let's you can be the first Grateful Dead cover band to write a song about the Grateful Dead."
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so it's doing well. We got like a good 3,000 views pretty quickly on Facebook and maybe 1,500 on YouTube so far. We're trying to get it out there and let people hear it.
Yeah.
We stole a couple of guitar riffs. The opening riff is from China Cat, Sunflower, and then we go right into Not Fade Away, the Bode beat.
Oh, nice.
But in a key of G instead of E, and then we just kind of, you can't copyright a chord progression, so we just put lyrics to a couple of.
Yeah. There's only so many chord progressions that are being used in pretty much all the music that's being released, so
Right.
try to come up with something new. But and usually you think you did, and you go, "Wow, I just came up with this really cool song." So it goes, "Well, it sounds exactly like this." Damn it, it does.
That happened. They're still arguing about Stairway to Heaven, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I've heard that original song. It's definitely it's pretty much note for note, but they didn't turn it into a song. It's just a little bit of progression. There's no lyrics in the original one. It just doesn't go anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's like, but it sounds cool. But someone needed to take that and turn it into a song. So it's kind of cool that.
The Grateful Dead, and the more songs I learn by them, the more I like them. You know, the more I get into them, the more I learn about my fretboard experimenting.
Yeah, you were saying you love solos.
I do. I love playing guitar solos. It's really somebody, a fan of ours saw us and they described us as musicians that we're using the Grateful Dead as a springboard to play our instruments.
Yep.
And like my band members, I tell them to come and just be themselves and just
Absolutely.
play off my emotion and give it back to me.
Sweet.
It's a lot of freedom in the music. It's a great band to do that with.
Yeah, I've got an original band, Los Borrachos, that I've incarnated all over. So we had one in Australia with a 5-piece with a trombone player, and it kind of went kind of a ska direction a little bit. And
That's awesome.
Sometimes it gets real psychedelic and goes all over, but always when I bring new members in, it's always, the drummers say, "What do you want me to play on this?" I just want you to play on it. Give me what you got. Let's see what you hear.
Makes things comfortable.
Yeah.
Keeping a band together. Otherwise,
Yeah.
people get very analytic about things. Like
It is tough keeping a band together. Herding cats for sure. It's like,
yeah, I'm honestly the last original member of the Deadheads. I've replaced everybody, and but I collect the payments and I 1099 everybody that works for me, and I might need another member soon, so I network with the other bands as much as I can. When I get back to Massachusetts, I'm going to Connecticut for a show, and I'm using the piano player Chuck. We haven't even met yet, but he plays with a band called Shakedown in Connecticut for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad, they're willing to come play a show with me because I need somebody for the night.
Cool. He'll have some chops.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll notice I'm doing things a little differently. I hope he likes it, honestly.
Yeah.
When I came down here and I first played at the Grateful Hotel, I was, are they gonna like me? I'm not a copycat. I'm more of a cover band than a tribute. I'm not trying to sound like Jerry. And I played 2 songs, and the owner, Phil, of the Grateful Hotel, comes up. He goes, "Smile, big smile. Man, you're a rocker, aren't you?" And I was like, "All right, I got him.
Yeah.
I got him in the palm of my hand."
Perfect. Yeah.
And I'll mix. I like to take a Grateful Dead song, like "Truckin'," for instance.
Yeah.
Goes right in Roadhouse Blues by the Doors, and I'll go back and forth, and I'll finish the lyrics, and
Yeah.
take people in a different direction. I found couple Doors songs that I've always liked to play over the years that mix well with Grateful Dead.
Nice.
Um, Peace Frog, Blood in the Streets, up to my ankles.
I hired a band and made a Doors tribute band in Vietnam.
Oh,
And so it's called Mr. Mojo Rise. And
nice.
it was killer just having be able to. I always wanted to do it, and friends like, let's hire some musicians and do it. You always talk about what you want to do a Jim Morrison thing. I
Yeah.
was like, I never really thought of that. I should decide to hire this killer band, people from all over the world. Russian kid playing drums, Japanese kid playing lead guitar, and this American kid Kyle playing bass for us, and we just like smoked it, man. It was so fun just being able to put the guitar down and just sing. It was like had maracas, leather pants with maracas stuffed in the front, and then I got these shirts, custom made shirts, like the puffy shirts, black one and white one, you know, like total.
Yeah, old
was,
60s.
I was loving it. I was just like, absolutely. It was so cool. It's fun to shake it up when you, like you were saying before, how you went and you weren't entertaining yourself anymore because you're doing popular stuff. But even when you first break away from doing something you really love and you go to do that popular stuff for those first dozen gigs, you actually are having fun doing
It's
it.
fun,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, because you never thought you'd even play that stuff maybe, but you go, well, here I am doing this, but then it just gets old really quick. And you go, okay, well, that's enough of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm the youngest of three, so I'm still starving for attention.
Yeah.
Playing acoustic in restaurants, sometimes nobody's even paying attention, but one person will clap and then everybody will clap out of courtesy.
Yeah.
But sometimes if that one person doesn't start, or that one person doesn't get up and start dancing, people are afraid to make the first move.
Absolutely. I'm really bad at just sitting in the corner and playing without getting anyone's attention. I'm always I'll call people right out and trying to sort of beg for it.
Yeah.
Love me. I'm here. Love
I
me.
caught a little bit of your show last night. I was impressed when I heard the harmonica. You're playing harmonica at the same time, playing guitar and everything. And it brought us right over. I thought you had another player with you, but it was just you playing all those instruments.
When I first came to Central America, I wanted something to accompany myself. I'm not much of a guitar player. I didn't start playing until my mid-20s, and I came in really late. And I just wanted some accompaniment, so I just brought a few harmonicas and just taught myself on the fly. Just put the cage on, started blowing into it.
Yes.
That didn't work. That kind of worked. So at first you have like one lick, and you keep going back to that one lick, and then you get two licks, and probably the same as when you're doing guitar solos. You learn those couple tasty ones.
Yeah,
so
they're in every solo. They're in every solo.
Yeah.
The Chuck Berry unison bend, we call it. You're bending that G string up to match that next note.
Yeah.
It's in every intro. It's in Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
Intro there.
Yeah.
It's the Chuck Berry unison bend. It's in every one of my solos for sure.
It was Keith Richards that asked him something about writing guitar parts, and he said there's no point writing guitar parts because Chuck Berry wrote them all.
They're already written. Yeah.
Chuck Berry already wrote all the good solos, all the good licks. So yeah.
Exactly. He was definitely one of my early idols. Him and Santana and just all the heavy metal guys, watching all the glam band 80s metal, even like Def Leppard and Dokken, and they all had a flashy, super good lead guitar player.
Yeah.
And then you'd see bands like Iron Maiden where there's two of them battling it out, and then like a band like Tesla comes out and they still got the old style rock with metal mixed, and there's now today everybody's got so many influences. So there's a lot of times I'll be up there playing Grateful Dead and I'm shredding heavy metal licks because I'm starting to freak out. I'm feeling it. I'm just I put on extra distortion and playing some of my Metallica riffs that I've learned playing Master of Puppets and stuff. I'm a huge Megadeth fan still. And Iron Maiden, they just came out with new music. These guys are in their 60s. I would have never thought I would still be hearing these bands. Never mind playing Grateful Dead myself. For going on 6-7 years now, since 2017, I've had the Deadheads. And we broke 10,000 followers on Facebook pretty quickly. I want to start using some other social media. I started during COVID. I wasn't going to have it. I started streaming from home every night. I probably did like 70 nights in a row. And that's how these guys found me at the Grateful Hotel. They were watching my stream from Costa Rica. And now I get free trips to Costa Rica if I play 10 shows down here.
Yeah.
So this was my second string of 10 shows. I was here last June. I came down for the holidays, Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Nice.
So I must be doing something right. He's happy. The owner's smiling. All the guests are dancing.
You figure you'll be back here pretty soon.
Yeah, I just booked. I'll be back here in 6 weeks. I'm coming
Oh,
back in
really?
February again.
Really?
So the last 2 weeks of February, I'll be back, and it's also my birthday. So I'll be turning 48 and having a good old time here in Costa Rica.
Killer.
Hopefully, I'll come see you again. Maybe we can.
We'll come up here, we'll jam, and we'll put something together. I'll come jam with you guys over at the Grateful Hotel.
Yeah, bring a harmonica or two. Like
I will.
that must be hard. You got to carry a whole bag of them to have the right key.
Yeah, I've got, I use 6 for any given show, and I've got some for other shows, thanks. I play in E flat as well, so I've got to have all flat parts. So.
Yeah.
But I just always have, and I find for a bit of a little voice, so it helps me get through if I'm doing covers. I'm playing half a step down, just kind of makes me
Yeah.
to it. And I like the full sound it offers. Some people ask me, why are you playing like screwy doing it? Just half step down, get over it.
You know what?
I enjoy it.
The more Ozzy toured, like they would tune down.
Yeah.
Because they're getting older and they can't hit those notes anymore. And even I noticed I was learning a Bon Jovi song. I think it was the one Young Guns from that movie Young Guns.
Yeah.
It's a really cool Bon Jovi tune. I'm not a big fan, but he's got some good music.
Yeah.
And I would listen to recorded version, and then the live version was always tuned down. Like the day after they got out of the studio, they started tuning down.
Yeah, well, they're playing 6-7 nights a week sometimes, and you're playing for 3-hour shows. Your voice can only hold out if you're really waiting. Like Bon Jovi was singing hard, man, when he's out there giving, or he gives. I'm not a huge Bon Jovi fan either, but I definitely respect how he handles his craft.
Yeah,
and he pushes his vocals. Like if you're gonna do it for years and years, and you gotta find those little ways to cheat.
Yeah, some Ronnie James Dio was getting tuned down. The older he got as well. But I am a big Ozzy Osbourne fan. I love the old Black Sabbath. He's probably, his voice is distinct. I love hearing him sing. And as he got older, he was like, oh, he can't sing. Like they talk about Dead and Company. Oh, everything's slow. It's like, maybe a couple songs here and there, but Phil Lesh, he's 80 something. He's singing better than ever. The more he sings, the better he gets, even at like 82 years old or something right now. Bob Weir sounds a little bit winded at times, but he's singing gloriously.
Yeah.
These guys, and they're playing drums at 80. Like back in the 80s, all those guys got 5 years and they were done. It's like, you got to do this while you're young. You got to do this while you're young. And that's why, and I feel like I'm having the time of my life. Music has just became more of my world. Yeah. Between playing in other bands, I play drums in an Irish band. I still play guitar in 2 heavy metal bands at home, Uzi and the Barbarian Thieves. And my Irish band I play with is called the Tinkers. And I got a really huge musical world, and all these other artists are still playing well beyond their 60s.
Yeah, you see yourself pushing the Deadheads for a while.
Definitely, yeah. We're not gonna stop this. The train is rolling hard and heavy, and broke 10,000 followers. I want to break 10,000 more.
Yeah, killer. Right on.
Yeah, that's the goal. We want to write some more original music about the Grateful Dead, and just dedicate songs to them, about the band we cover.
Yeah, very cool.
Create some interest.
Cool. And so you're heading out back home to the States tomorrow, but then you'll be back in 6 weeks.
Yeah, so I'm here tonight. I'm not scheduled to play, but I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play a show tonight at the Grateful Hotel. We'll give them another one on the way out. I'll say adios tomorrow, and I'll come back again, and maybe next New Year's and Christmas again too.
Cool, and you'll come chat us up again. I'm gonna play Better Off Dead one more time.
Awesome.
We had a little chat about it, and thank you so much, Marc, for coming and hanging out. And if you're kicking around town anymore today, feel free to pop back up and have another chat. Always a pleasure to have some talent around. And some
awesome.
Faces
Awesome.
Studio. Here's Marc Bode, Better Off Dead, the Deadheads, 96.9 Radio Baracho.
Thank you.
Banging over there.